Well, I have to get you to talk about one of the favorite bits of advice you gave me last time you were
Okay.
here. It's very poignant, and this has helped me tremendously. And it was simple enough that you explained song mind equals
Yeah.
song body,
Yeah.
and maybe in the in Australia, that's not a very common concept. But
Mm-hmm.
can you explain why that's so helpful and why that's
Okay.
important in the training?
Yeah. Okay. I think first we need to explain the term song, right?
Please do. Yes.
Yeah. Song, the pronunciation is in Mandarin and it's also similar in Cantonese. It means the ability to maintain a very loose state in the body, where your body is in a relaxed but energized state. Okay.
Mm,
So we have this joke, you see, to be loose in the body, right? To be soft in the body. And that's a common Tai Chi saying as well, or any internal arts. You
mm,
need to have the song. Song means softness or looseness. I prefer the term loose rather than soft. So, to have that softness in the body so that uh, then that is important. Now, I have this saying, which is, we sort of make it a joke. You want to be song or soft like a bamboo. A
mm.
bamboo has a certain resilience, right? It
Yes.
can be upright, and when you bend it, it will easily bend and it will spring back, right? It has the ability to absorb energy and release that energy,
Mm.
right? So we want to be as soft as a bamboo, not soft like a noodle,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Which is that softness where you don't have any integrity or structure in your body at all.
Mm,
So coming back to Song, now, this is exactly exemplified in the Tai Chi symbol. You've seen the symbol, the round
mm.
thing with the half black and half white, right? Sort of
Yep.
intertwined together. I call it the two fish. And if you look at that symbol, you have the white and the black. So that represent the yin and the yang, the soft and the hard, right? The two polarities, okay? The
Mm,
energetic on the low energy state. But you notice that in either fish, there's an eye, you see? So in the black, there's a bit of white, and the white is a bit of black. So
mm,
that means that in the yin, you have a bit of yang, and in the yang, you have a bit of yin, you see?
mm,
So the best way I can explain song is, let's say you take white as indicating softness, right? So you want to make your body soft, relaxed, but at the same time, you must have a certain hardness in it
mm,
to maintain the integrity and the structure. In other words, it's like the bamboo. You're soft, you're bendy,
mm.
but you have a resilience. You can bounce back. So that bit of hardness, that bit of backbone in your structure is important in the state of song. Song doesn't mean being all soft. Doesn't
No.
work,
No.
right? So, so once you understand that, so once you have that song state, you are relaxed. Okay, so the
Mm,
relaxation in the body can only come, you have that relaxation in the mind, right? If you're very stressed out in the mind, you have tons of worries and things
mm,
bothering you. I've got a deadline to meet tomorrow, I've got 3 reports to deliver.
mm.
Then, of course, your mind is not relaxed.
Yeah.
So you have to let the mind relax, remove the tension, but yet the mind is alert, you see, that alert state, right? So your
Mm.
mind is not blank. That's when you fall asleep, right? Or
Yeah.
you're comatose, right?
Mhm.
So you're in a relaxed but alert state. And that is what, you know, I think is the state of mindfulness that meditators talk about, you see.
Mm.
And that mental state will also create your body state, you see, right? Because you cannot be so stressed in your head, then how can you ask your body to relax,
Yes.
right? And there is scientific evidence to that,
Mm.
There's this very well-known author. Yeah, he's, I think, a neuroscientist and a psychologist. He's got a Dutch name, Bessel van der Kolk,
Uh,
Bessel,
um, uh,
yeah, Kolk,
yeah.
Kolk. And he wrote a very well-known book called The Body Keeps the Score.
Very
And
popular in Australia.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, good. You know
Mm.
that book. Yeah.
Yep.
So he works on stress, you see, on mental stress. And I think he's also worked with soldiers that's got PTSD.
Mm.
And what he's found is mental stress, even mental trauma is stored in the fascia. You have that tension in the body, and when you release that tension in the fascia, either through rolfing, right? Deep massage, deep fascial massage. He also finds the other thing happens, when you relieve, so you have the mental trauma, is the fascia becomes stuck and stiff. And if you can release the tension in the fascia, it also releases the trauma and the stress in the mind, you see. So this goes to show the body and the mind are very closely connected.
Very much. And it's something that wasn't readily, I understand there's always layers of practice, but that was a very poignant moment for me for understanding certain techniques or skills that I just didn't have access to because I wasn't, should we say, unifying the system. Which is interesting. I'm a little bit curious about, because we've been running, or you've been running the dual seminars with Master Yang. How is it different running a
Master Wang,
collaborative,
right?
a collaborative seminar versus traditionally what we've been doing? Like, why have you chosen to do that, which is a bit different?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me backtrack a bit, right?
Absolutely.
So when we talk about this mind-body connection, to me, it's a very important component of knowledge that I talk. So normally when I give instruction, I also want to highlight this and also highlight certain exercises within the Yan Shou Gong, we can do to relax the body so that it affects the mind. So just as